So, what does life look like once you got the diagnosis?
Yeah, prior to getting diagnosed, I was very active. I loved working outside. Um, I loved all sports, swimming, paddleboarding, you name it, I would do it. And now, like I said, I got fully diagnosed in April of 2024, but my wife and I kind of really knew long before that I that I had it. Since then, my life is pretty boring. I can walk with a rollator and what we call AFOs on my two legs from the knee down. Stairs. Yeah, I'm not too good at anything these days. Other than I can still talk. So when I was still working when I got diagnosed. I was sitting over in Japan, of all places, and I was going into a semiconductor capital equipment place, and you had to get into one of those clean suits. Eh, boy, I was struggling to get into that. And I remember coming home as my wife had said, "That's it. I'm done. I quit. I'm just gonna become an advocate for this damn disease." And that was it. And since then, I do a lot of, I do a daily TikTok and share it to Instagram and Facebook about my daily struggles. And early on, it was, I fell down today. I came inside with two pizzas and I was coming in the side door and I fell down into the bushes. And all I do is I remember looking over and seeing one of my beagles on the pizza box. And I was like, good God, damn pizza's gonna be ruined. Um, I try to keep things with a little bit of humor because, I guess, as I said in one of my TikToks before, they said, how come you're so positive on your messages? And I said, well, maybe it's my history of being in sales. I can't go out and speak to a customer negatively. And right now, I'm in the sale of my life, meaning I'm trying to get through this. So it is what it is.
John, I have to say, you do have a fantastic personality, though. Like when you're telling us about falling down, I'm like, oh my goodness, like, my heart. And you're like, all the pizzas are going to be ruined. Like, that's amazing to have such a strong, like, positive, thought process, especially with going through everything you're going through. If you don't mind my asking, do you feel like there's any misconceptions about ALS that you wanna just maybe clarify for some people?
A lot of people don't know about ALS unless you know someone that's had it. There's only 30,000 people in the U.S. that have the disease at any given point. We lose one, we pick one up. We lose. It's unfortunately, it's just that it's very tough because the pharmaceutical companies aren't going to waste their time on it. Meaning it's underfunded drug. And if they came out with something, it would cost millions to take. So, um, it's a horrendous disease. I have what they call limb onset. So it started in my limbs. Um, and I guess you might consider me somewhat of a slow progressor, but I don't feel that way. I feel like, oh shoot, if another 2 years the way it's happening, it's not going to be good. So, um, I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me. It is what it is. We all have to leave the world at some point in day. I always hoped one day I just wouldn't wake up, but that's not the case. So I just make light of my struggles and take it day by day. Every day is a different battle of some sort. So um, I hopefully I answered your question.